Okay, we previously talked about putting content either simple or complex together using the author tool. So a scenario we often come across is how we go about allowing other areas of businesses to contribute to content without having full access to the author tool, and indeed without needing to install any software, i.e. purely using web tools. Also, which is quite closely related, how we use the same content using different colorways in different parts of the business. So they're two quite closely related, and both of them require the use of playlists, as we call them. Now, playlists are exactly what they say they are. They are just lists of content with some instructions about behavior. So let me just have a look at the playlist creator. Okay. It's a web tool that can be launched from any internet browser that has access to the site, and it basically is a list of playlists and the content you can put into those playlists, and it maps directly to the area we can see here, which is the media repository. So I'm going to create a new playlist here. Let's just create playlist. I'm going to call it Training 4. And in that Training 4, I'm going to put in a few piece of content. I'm going to put in, let's Connect Vision Training, demo, video. I'm going to put in, where are they? Okay, bullying, disability areas, firework safety. Click on Add Selected Items to Playlist, and we should very soon see. Oh, excuse me, need to pick my playlist. Add Selected Items to Playlist, and there we have it. And once they're in there, those aren't published yet. We can move this thing around, so we can move disability always to the top. Let's move it down one again. Bullying. So as you can see, we're moving this around. Safety, and so on. Bullying to the top, etc. If I publish that playlist, yes, I am. So that's Training 4 playlist. If I pick up one of the schedules we previously created, let's say this one, so you can see we have a list of content there. If I just remove that, I replace that with the playlist. I just refresh this because it won't appear unless I do. Let's just move that so you can see. Training 4. Let's look now. So that's using a playlist instead of a list of content. Let's see what happens. There we have. There's the first video. Suppose you're at a remote site and you are just using, you have access to the, let's just do that in fact. Let's close that down. You're at a remote site, you launch Internet Explorer like this. Okay, because you're not operating from the author, you'd now need to log in. You get your correct, no, I don't want you to remember, thank you. You get your correct view of the system based on your credentials, and there we have the playlist. There's Training 4. No, I don't want that anymore. I'm going to take bullying out, and instead I'm going to put in a Connect Vision demo. I'm going to put a picture in here. I'm going to put that one in as before. Add Selected Items to Playlist. Notice it's gone at the bottom, so I'll move it up, and I'll move it up again. So now it's at the top. I'll publish that playlist. As you can see, little red icon there means it's unpublished but edited. Let's publish that. Yes, I am sure. And there we go, it's gone green, which means it's been published. So you could be somewhere else in the organization publishing, accessing that. Okay, let's go back to here. And let's try and see what this. Remember, I put an image in instead of the movie, and there you go. So you can see how that's possible. Okay, I like that, but I've got a different set of problems now. I've got a colorway, I've got a layout that I actually just want to use that same content. Well, if I just create something in a similar way, Vision demo, I'll use this background here. I won't do the rest, as you can see. So here's something different. If I just include that playlist as I've just made it in here, Training 4, you'll see this happens. So I get the same effect, so that'll be on for, as long as it's on for, I can certainly change that. Followed by the videos, etc, etc. So that's it of playlists, and this is very, very useful when you have a number of teams contributing to the same schedules. For example, it'd be quite easy to add another layout here. So the first one would be using this Training 4 playlist, so it could be national. The second part could be using another playlist. This is the Training 1 playlist, very similar. Preview layout. Okay, it's the same video, but you probably get my point in that once this is set up, if this is, I right click here by the way, do rename and say I'm going to call this national, and I'm going to call this local. If that had a national playlist and a local playlist and they were being modified elsewhere in the organization, even down to uploading content, because using the playlist application it's possible, if you look, to upload content. So you pick your content, upload it, and then it will appear in the repository, and then you can use it in a playlist. So it's possible, once this is set up, schedule set up with timings and so on, to run the system remotely using playlists. And that's a basic use of playlists.